Some guys might be okay with just a bachelor. You can wash your dishes, do your laundry, and eat your dinner all from the comfort of your couch without having to take a step off of it, but most people are not going to want to live in this lifestyle.
Now, if you are a first-time home buyer, this video is going to be directed right at you here. We're going to go over an article we have at the Globe and Mail titled, "First-time home buyers are shunning today's shrinking condos. Is there any appeal to them whatsoever?" If you are that first-time home buyer, do these small condos appeal to you at all? Would you consider a small one-bedroom, 500 square feet, or a bachelor-style condo? Let me know in the comment section down below if this is a non-starter for you to get into the real estate market. My name is Mike Carpino. You can get all the real estate advice you need from me by either texting me at the number here on screen or reaching out to me at the contact information in the description box down below. We cover articles across the GTA, keeping you informed on what is happening in the real estate market and updating you when there's changes that are pertinent to your home ownership needs and your current home status. So today, the article we're going to go over, as already mentioned, is going to be about first-time home buyers getting into the market, and if these small condos are even appealing at all. So this article, written not too long ago on the 19th of August, is interviewing Alex, 21-year-old. He's ready to buy his first home, but he already is knowing that he does not want a condo. This may sound like you, so stay tuned throughout the rest of this video and the article, and let me know in the comment section down below. Are you in the same boat as Alex here, or do you have a different opinion? He sees some appeal in condo living. It would require less responsibility, and as someone living alone, he does not need a huge amount of space. But the monthly condo fees make the unit more expensive than the sale price suggests, he says. And living in Gatineau, which is still an affordable market, a condo is a lot of the time not meaningfully cheaper, says Alex, a wealth management associate. I don't see the point in going for something inferior because historically they gain value at a much lower rate than a single family home would. There are signs that first-time buyers are souring on condo living. A recent survey of Canadian renters about their home ownership plans by real estate search portal Point2 found that despite home prices and down payment securance being the top two challenges for buying homes, 77% of respondents wanted to buy a single family home. Now 12% just wanted a condo, and this has also dropped 8% down from the highs that it used to be. These respondents were generally aged between 18 and 24 years old. 9% only were above 65 years old. Still, a condo is the only affordable option for many first-time home buyers, particularly in Canada's most expensive centers, as we know, the Ontario and the BC market. Getting anything other than a condo for your first property is nothing more than a pipe dream. Ron Butler, Toronto-based mortgage broker with Butler Mortgages, says that a high level of frustration and anger toward the city condo market among first-time buyers is definitely prevalent. The reason, he says, comes down to square footage and the available stock. We've talked about this in other videos that you can see in the top corner here. The amount of inventory that's out there right now for condos is substantial. There are so many condos available, but a lot of what is available inventory-wise is small, one-bedroom, poorly laid out style condos, or a bachelor style condo, which generally is going to be very, very tight on square footage, maybe 350 to 450 square feet. And that really doesn't leave you a lot of options. Some guys might be okay with just a bachelor. You can wash your dishes, do your laundry, and eat your dinner all from the comfort of your couch without having to take a step off of it, but most people are not going to want to live in this lifestyle. So let's see what else the article here has to say. The Ontario condos are 35% smaller on average than they were 25 years ago, while detached homes are 25% larger. According to October 2022 data from the MPAC, the average square footage of a condo peaked in the mid-1990s, around 1,100 square feet. And in 2022, we are down to the average condo being 700 square feet, which is roughly just a one-bedroom condo. And we are seeing 750 square foot two-bedroom condos, so it's not that far off from even a two-bedroom in some areas. Ontario is not the only province to see these condos shrink. StatsCan data from 2019 found that the living area of BC condos built 2016 and 2017 is more than 15% smaller than it was built between 1980s and 1990s. A realtor with eXp in Calgary said many of the first-time buyers she works with are eager to own land. They are frequently worried about monthly condo fees and the risk of facing special assessments, a charge all condo owners in the building must pay if there are unexpected repairs or a shortfall in the condo reserve fund. Miss Cavello says that small units are coming to the Calgary market, a function of a drastic increase in the cost of development. Developers are building matchboxes and are charging a lot per square foot, and the quality is not the same, she said. Small condos are a particular feature of major cities in Toronto and Vancouver, which don't have much greenfield land left and have to build upwards, said Mike Moffat, founding director of Place Center at the Small Prosperity Institute. He noted that it's a growing issue in Mississauga as well. Very sensible rules dictating that each bedroom in a condo must have one window raise the cost of development of multi-bedroom units, as do higher land costs, zoning rules, and higher development charges, he said. It's why Toronto grew its stock to dwellings with 3 or more bedrooms by just 0.6% between 2016 and 2021, according to consensus data. The number of bachelor units, however, grew 28% in that time frame. Makes a big difference when you have higher development charges, higher unit costs. Why not just make these small bachelor units that have 300 to 400 square feet and jam people into these buildings? Ron Butler said near decade-long rental market boom saw investors scoop up pre-construction condos to later rent out as they played a role in investing. According to StatsCan, 57% of condos built after 2016 were owned by investors, along with 59% in Nova Scotia and 49% in BC. So not only Ontario, but Nova Scotia and BC also have a high investor rate for the condos that are currently being built. And it makes sense with the style of units that are being built. More affordable. Bachelors are obviously going to be quite a bit cheaper than getting a 2-bedroom condo, and you can rent those out and cover your costs a little bit more simultaneously and cover your costs a little bit more fluidly. Those units, now uneconomical for investors to rent out amid higher interest rates, are flooding the market, but first-time buyers are just not interested. When you do make the big decision in your life, there's a lot of costs associated with it. You start to think, what's the future of me in this place? Ron Butler said for young renters, a year in less than 500 square feet may feel like a minor concession to live downtown, but for first-time buyers, it can look like many years in that space, and they do not love the prospect of that at all. As well, he noted many first-time buyers are couples. Would any couple want to live in 480 square feet or have a family in this condo someday? Is there any appeal to these guys whatsoever? Some motivated buyers are moving further out in search of space, but other buyers are simply opting out of condo ownership. That's probably the reason why we're at 27-year lows in sales. Sean Miller, a realtor with Property.ca in Toronto, said that the first-time buyers he works with are much more hesitant to buy. Anything was selling before: a unit facing a brick wall, a garbage dump, a train track, a terrible layout, no room to pull out your couch, and it was selling instantaneously. And now those are not selling at all, he said. Going over this article, obviously first-time buyers, they're in a position where they can take their time. They have a lot more at their disposal to work with here. They don't have time as a pressure. They have choice because there's so many units available, so they can pick the layout they want, they can pick the building they want, they can really be choosy with the opportunities that are out there and what they want to jump at and what they don't. And they're also going to look at the long-term projection of where they see themselves in the next maybe 1, 3, or 5 years, whereas 12 to 24 months ago, people were, like stated in the article, just buying something without thinking through this whole process and ultimately putting themselves at a disadvantage, because if you bought something 2 years ago that's a really poor layout, trying to sell that in the future, if the market is what it is today, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to deal with. Maybe somebody has no interest in the layout that you've purchased because it makes no sense. Maybe you went and bought that bachelor because you want it out of your parents' basement, but now you might not be able to sell it for what you bought it for. So you really, as a buyer right now, you have the opportunity to be patient, to find something that works for you, but not be pressured to get into the market with the amount of inventory that is out there. And you also have the opportunity to choose maybe to leave the city and get a little bit more square footage for your money. If you're a first-time home buyer, let me know what your thoughts are about this real estate market. Would you get into it right now? Do you really resonate with this article here? Are you already home shopping and you're seeing what's available out there and you're just not impressed for what your budget really offers you? And are you thinking maybe of leaving the city and going further out to get more for your dollar? If you want to chat real estate, text me at the number here on screen. If you want to reach out, feel free to send me an email or book a one-on-one consultation call if you'd prefer. That is all in the description box down below. This has been another video breaking down an article here from the Globe and Mail. My name is Mike Carpino, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.